But while we're waiting for confirmation from the folks out there, I'll just ask everyone that's joining us tonight to please go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list there. Lola is putting out a newsletter. Also, it's a good way for you to communicate with us to communicate with you if some shenanigans goes down on the internet, which is obviously happening if you don't realize it. You can look around at hankstrange.com as well. You guys will see we've got deals and all kinds of different things posted up there, places you can shop and go through those links that would help support us as well. And we're also selling patches. So we've got, this is the blaster patch right here. And then we have the broadcast patch there on the website that you guys can buy those. And if you do get these and help support us, there will be some gunvote stickers as long as supplies last going out in that Lola's sending those out. So thanks very much to everyone who's doing that. Also want to let you guys know that you can get the Lot Lao shirt that I'm wearing here. And by the way, our guest Noah is also rocking right there. And Richard Hughes, he's rocking a SHF shirt, so that's awesome. And he's got an old school patch. But you can get, if you're into this, if you're into cool shirts and all that kind of stuff, you can go to Ballistic Ink. If you want patches, you can go to hankstrange.com. You can get all those things. All right, so look, I think I covered everything. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna kick the beginning of the show off here.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
All right, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. Big shout out to Franklin Armory. Thanks for the support. Franklin Armory helps keeping us here on the airwaves. Okay, so Noah is brand new. We've got Noah from SanctuaryCounties.com, right, Noah?
That is correct.
Yeah, he's brand new to the show. Jazz hands, dudes. Let's get those jazz hands going. Come on, Noah, you got to do jazz hands. There you go. There you go, Noah. Noah throwing up the jazz hands. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on because we are live. This is episode 645 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. As I said, we've got Noah from SanctuaryCounties.com joining us. Noah, what's up, man?
Hey, just here trying to represent this movement that I've been tracking since back in December of 2019.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Big thanks for getting the Lot Lao shirt. Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. We got to respect that one out there. Thanks so much for that. I appreciate it. The Boog. You're saying that your wife thinks you're a Boog boy now?
Yeah, she saw the package that it came in and it said something about Boogaloo or whatever. And she was like, what is this? You know? Yeah. You got something you want to tell me? And I was like, nah, it's just the design. It's called Electric Boogaloo or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I dig it. It looks pretty good. Fresh out of the dryer.
Absolutely. Awesome. Looking good there. All right. And as I said, we have Flying Rich joining us. What's up, Rich? How you doing, man?
Same old. I've done some training, done some cross-country driving, done some cool 3D printing. Mm-hmm. So I'm absolutely real interested in what Noah's got going on.
Absolutely, yeah. We hear Pebbles back there. We will show you guys some stuff that Rich has going on. It's a show. Where's Pebbles? Let's see Pebbles. There he goes. Check it out. Pebbles in the building. Now he's got nothing to say.
Now he's got nothing to say.
Nothing to say right
Just
now.
when I talk, he has to chime in.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to everyone out there. I think I saw, let's go back. I saw Clover Tack is out there. He says, what up, chat peeps, Rich, Noah, Hank? Shout out to Clover Tack. Do you know, I think you know Clover Tack, right, Noah?
Yeah, he was on the Alaskan ballistics show when I was on that.
Oh, sweet. Okay, very cool.
And he helped me put me in touch with a few other people. So yeah, I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah, Clover Tack's a good dude. Shout out to Alaskan Ballistics as well. DC2 Mega Boost out there. If anyone needs shout outs, let me know. Shout out to Special K. I see Special K's out there also. Lots of people out there. Shooting Gallery NE also out there. He says, what's crack-a-lack to everyone? Vanessa Kitty, all those folks. Let's see. I'll run down the list here. Imposter. Shout out to Imposter. Let's see. Obviously, we got Flying Rich. We got Vanessa Kitty. We got Shooting Gallery NE. Skivvy Waver out there. Chris Bolus. The Tyven Show. Tyven Show's out there. Shout out to him. Special K. Let's see. CB is also out there. DC2 Mega Boost. James Miller. Let's see who else we got. John Parsons. Screaming Skull Saloon. Brian Quick. Randy Peacock. Shout out to Randy Peacock. DC2 Mega Boost says, welcome, Noah. John Doe says, hello, everybody. Big shout out to our winner last night of a Mantis X or 10X Elite Night Train. Shout out to Night Train.
Nice.
Yeah. He says, recently got my CCA for PA a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations. Screaming Skull Saloon out there. Weston Propst also. David B. Kill says, what's up, guys? There you go. Judd M. Oh, look, you've got that too. Let's see. Throw that back up there. Let's see. Boom. Have you tried it out?
Oh, yeah, I love it. This thing is pretty slick.
Yeah, you just magically disappeared, but I know you're using your green screen or something like that.
I didn't even throw this up. I thought you did it.
Oh, no?
Yeah, no.
No, I didn't do that. That's you.
Yeah, I like it, though. It looks good.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good promo there. Okay, so shout out to everyone. I don't know if anyone needs an extra shout out. If you do, let me know. We'll be sure to get that to you. What's going on with you guys, first of all? How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah, major update on the website today.
Oh, okay. Yes, there is. We'll get into that. It's a Wednesday. This week is going slow to me for some reason. Does anyone else feel that way? This is going like a slow week.
It was rough for me because I get in like 2:30 in the morning Sunday night. Really, I guess Monday morning. So that was a little rough. We road trip back from Santa Fe, New Mexico with a new vehicle for my wife, new used vehicle.
Nice,
she got a Lexus RX 450h hybrid. That thing's amazing. And the coolest thing about it is I plugged in a $1,200 Comma AI autopilot unit, so it drives like a Tesla, hands off.
Really? Is there video of this?
Oh yeah, I got video.
Oh, where's the video? Where's the video at?
Well, it's on my phone. I got to post it still.
Yeah. We need to see the video of this, of you hacking your Lexus, and now it's an automaton now, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's crazy cool.
Yeah, I would like to see this, and we can dig into that if anyone out there wants to know. And Lola says clearly FlyingRich didn't get the dress code memo. There you go. He's got a patch on. He's good. Which is good. It would be great if we had a trifecta and everyone had a Lola shirt on. It'd be awesome. But that's a challenge.
Where can I order that Lola shirt? Where do I get that from?
You can get that from Ballistic Ink.
I saw it on your. I went to your website and checked out the store, and I was like, I want to buy something. So when I go on the show,
oh sweet,
I have something cool. And then I went out to Ballistic Ink, saw this shirt, and I was like, man, that's pretty slick. I gotta grab that. And so,
okay. Thanks very much for that, Noah.
Where my mouth is.
Yeah, I didn't know this before I purchased it, but it said after the purchase that is actually they send the order to a veteran-owned business for printing. So I thought that was pretty cool to be representing veterans like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see here. Maybe what we should do is I think we should start off with Noah telling us like a little bit of what is SanctuaryCounties.com, how he started it up. I think that's a good place, right, Noah? Just let us know who you are, where are you in general. We don't want you to give away any secret information, but just give us the rundown on who you are and how you started. And this is basically just a website, right?
Yeah. Sorry, my Bluetooth decided to die in the middle of this. I'm trying to put it back on.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah. So, can you hear us? Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's all jacked up again.
Oh, okay. We'll give you a second here while you're getting it. Go ahead. Take your time. Get that worked out.
I'm just going to have to roll without it.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, that's cool. No worries.
All right. So, regarding the website, this is, as I was discussing in the pregame there, we, in Virginia, this is, recently the Democrats took over control of basically all branches of state government. And one of their, I don't know if this is a partisan show or whatnot, but one of their initial goals was to pass very restrictive gun was it gun laws, so to speak. And
just so you know, we hate commies over here. We're not, we
good,
don't
yeah.
like commies.
So
We're
they were,
anti-commie.
yeah, they were dead set on passing some laws that you might expect to find in like New York City or Chicago or Los Angeles, but like for instance, having a standard capacity AR-15 magazine would probably get you locked up, which is ironic now that they're letting out all these criminals due to COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make criminals out of previously law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, either ironic or deliberate. Yes.
Or that, yeah, that.
Right.
So I saw that go down, and like honestly, I never really got involved in politics before. I mean, I voted, but I never really decided that I needed to take part and get involved in it. But this was just like a bridge too far for me. So that's what got me involved. And everybody was freaking out, and they were searching like, hey, what do I do? I don't know what to do. And my freak out led me to Facebook, and I started searching for groups that might be able to assist. And I ran across the Virginia Citizens Defense League, and they came up, or they were promoting this concept of Second Amendment sanctuaries. And so, and then there was some other Facebook groups that I joined, but VCDL was the ones that was the organization that was really pushing the Second Amendment sanctuary. And so, we just started moving forward with that. Honestly, the website itself, I initially got involved because I wanted to help share information about these board meetings, because that was the whole thing, man. You would show up, you would get a bunch of people and show up to your county board of supervisors meeting and get them to pass these resolutions. And usually we show up with a bunch of petitions signed, like we got 2,000 people to sign this petition or whatnot. And you say, hey, look, people want this. Can we get a vote on this? And but the problem was that in these Facebook groups, they were like private groups, so you couldn't share the stuff out. And I'm like, well, I do websites, I could build one, because if you share a link in a Facebook group to a web page, right? Somebody can take that link, they can just go grab that link and go share it in another Facebook group. And so I was trying to make it so that people could share this information about these board of supervisors meetings. And that's why I started the website in the first place. Okay. And kind of grew from there. I thought this was just a Virginia thing, but I was wrong. And once I realized, after we passed, like probably 95% of the counties in Virginia passed these Second Amendment sanctuary resolutions, I started realizing that this was not specific to Virginia. In fact, it didn't even start in Virginia. The earliest Second Amendment sanctuary county that I could find was, I put it in this article that I wrote, but I believe it was Illinois. It was Brown County, Illinois, in June of 2007, passed the first. And if I'm not mistaken, this whole thing kind of took off in Illinois, of all places. Okay. And then it kind of, the VCDL folks, they just kind of adopted it and promoted it in Virginia. And it just kind of exploded across the Commonwealth, I guess you call it. I call it whatever. And yeah, so that's how I got involved. And I saw it was moving out of Virginia. I realized that nobody was really tracking this at a national level, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll just keep going, right? So went back and started gathering all this data. Me and my editor-in-chief, David, and we just tracked this all down, and we're starting to document it and archive it.
Yeah, and it was interesting. I know you sent this article to Lola. By the way, I threw up the website there for a second. Anyone who's looking for it, it's just SanctuaryCounties.com. There you go. Pretty easy. And and then I think let me pull up this article that you sent here to Lola. Where is this? Hold on. What did I do with it? I got it here somewhere. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. I found it. All right, so this is an article that you guys posted, I think, today. It says 1/3 of U.S. counties are now Second Amendment sanctuaries. So a third of the counties in America, Second Amendment sanctuaries. That's amazing. And then there's a big map there that you guys could see. Obviously, it would be awesome to have 100% of the counties, but And this all started, how long have we been doing these 2A sanctuary counties in the country, if anyone can remember? You guys can read through the article. It's here on the website for anyone who's looking for that. Let me see if I can, I don't know, I could probably share this into our chat for the folks out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the earliest one that I saw was the Brown County, Illinois, in 2007. Mm-hmm. I will not make the assertion that every single county that has become a Second Amendment sanctuary is documented on the website. Mm-hmm. I've done everything I can, but basically my reporting is based on the reporting of others. And so, if some rural county out in, the middle of nowhere decides to pass one of these resolutions, and it's sort of like if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, it really, if nobody's reporting on this stuff, I'm never going to find out about it. So right. I encourage people, whenever I put out map updates, hey, if you know of a county that I have not documented on the website, mm-hmm. please send it my way at contact@SanctuaryCounties.com, and I'll get it up there as soon as I can. But the majority of them, I think we do have, it's over 1,000 counties now have passed this. The crazy thing is, like, most people had no idea this was even going on. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is kind of a passion project for me, but it's like, I'm sitting here watching county after county doing this, and I'm like, how come nobody's reporting on this? How come nobody knows or cares?
Why would the media? Yeah, why would the media ignore this? I don't. Rich, you got any ideas?
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Now, can I ask you a question? What does Sanctuary County mean? Does that mean if I walk down Main Street with a machine gun shooting targets, is that cool, or what? Because two things. So, suppressors, machine guns, and then. Have you seen, is it more than just lip service when they say they're sanctuary?
This is a good question, and I
Absolutely.
think
really good question.
Was asked on the last interview that I did. So the first part of your question is what is a sanctuary county? And in these, as I'm documenting these, I'm seeing, sorry, I looked off to the side. I got a webpage up over there. But the majority of these resolutions that I'm seeing, that's one of the key factors, is that a Second Amendment sanctuary resolution is passed. And a resolution is just like, whereas such and such county believes, the Second Amendment, gives us the right to keep and bear arms, whereas it's got a bunch of clauses on it in it. And basically it's a statement saying, hey, we support the Second Amendment and we disavow any attempts to infringe upon it. And so, the Second Amendment sanctuary, becoming a Second Amendment sanctuary, is mostly just passing a resolution that states that, hey, we are going to, we support the Second Amendment and we are going to uphold the Second Amendment in our county, and we disagree with any state or federal or other attempts to infringe upon the Second Amendment. And in some of the resolutions, you'll find language that says something to the effect of, we will not use any county funds or resources, meaning no dollars and no people, to enforce any infringements upon the Second Amendment. Now, the second part of your question had to do with whether or not these counties are going to take this seriously. And I think to answer that question truthfully, it depends on the county. I will say that there are some counties, such as I believe it was Tazewell County in Virginia. For example, when they passed their Second Amendment sanctuary resolution, at the same time they debated going another step and actually calling militias to muster. So they were pretty serious about it over there. Additionally, Culpeper, Virginia, the sheriff, and we talked about sheriffs before the show. The sheriff there in Culpeper, Virginia, at the time that they passed the Second Amendment sanctuary resolution, he was there as well, and he announced that he was going to deputize thousands of citizens in his county, and so that their Second Amendment would not be infringed. And he's actually apparently gone the next step, and he's been calling for any law enforcement officers or retired law enforcement officers that want to be involved to assist him with conducting interviews and background investigations and such, because obviously you want to do your due diligence before you deputize somebody. In your county. But he said that not only is he willing to deputize people in Culpeper County, but also across the Commonwealth of Virginia. So
wow,
I can't wait to be.
That's crazy.
Can that sheriff do that? Can he deputize?
he thinks he can, I guess.
Do you know what?
We're not lawyers.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
What doesn't matter is the law, because you can do anything until somebody stops you. And I hate how that sounds, but that's the frickin' truth. Is if the sheriff goes around and does it, in kind of the same way that I asked the question is, I'm living in France. That's the Flying-Rich Autonomous Zone, and we are a Second Amendment sanctuary here.
Yeah, is everyone supposed to say all hail France?
Well, Moff. I'm the monarch of France.
Oh, okay. All hail Moff? You're Moff.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
This is getting real deep.
So the question is, all right, fine. Let's just take me, for instance. I declare myself Fraz. It's a Second Amendment sanctuary. And if I shoot a machine gun or run around with silencers on my front lawn, it's all fun and games until the sheriff locks me up. The question is, what teeth does it have in it? And that's what, because I've been lied to by congressmen to my face. They say, I'm a Second Amendment guy. I'll go shooting with you. You see how much of a Second Amendment guy I am. I'll go to the range with you. I'm like, no, Brian Mast, I don't need to go to the range with you. If you tell me you're a Second Amendment guy and I know you're a veteran, I know you're not going to screw with my gun rights. And then, he's going for re-election, his first re-election, and he gets a hoplophobic Republican donor, a wealthy Republican donor, and he comes up with some cock and bull story how we shouldn't have semi-automatic weapons because he's afraid somebody would snipe his family. I'm like, my most gun, I can snipe you from, a couple villages away.
Yeah,
like,
hoplophobic, by the way, definition, hoplophobic. What is it?
Fear of weapons.
Fear of weapons. Yeah, there you go. Ba-boom. Yeah, pew pew. Fear of pew pew.
So I'd love to see more than the money where the mouth is on these things. Like if they rubber stamp vote for me, we're Second Amendment sanctuary.
Yeah,
fine. I know places like Polk County, Florida, with Grady Judge. I don't think it's BS.
So,
but
yeah. I agree with what Rich is saying here. I think he's making a good point that these guys are actually intending. Hopefully they are intending on, actually standing up for this, right?
Yeah, and
that's what we really need.
I will say that there is kind of a difference here. There's kind of, I'll explain it. It takes the long way around. With these resolutions that are passed, some of them, you'll find that the language differs in these resolutions. So some of them sound like they mean it a lot more, and some of them, they take some of the more, the more tough language out of it. So whereas one county, you might see them say that, we're not using any county funds, and we're not, our police, our sheriff, our deputies aren't going to be out there arresting people for your supposed infringements or for your supposed, new violations of then you'll have other counties that what I term it is they water it down because maybe they have too many liberals on the board or too many, gun grabbers in general. I don't know if they're all liberals, but too many people that to me just don't have, the courage of their convictions and can't stand up for the Second Amendment and get this passed. And so they have to water it down, take out some of the offensive language. And so those, I still document them, but they're not, as strong as I would like them to be. However, another aspect of this is that there is a bit of an argument to be made that I believe you said something about having some teeth in it. And most people will say that that these resolutions themselves do not have any teeth because they don't have, and I'm not a lawyer, I don't play one on TV, but most of these, most people would say that these resolutions do not have the strength of law behind them. They're just symbolic gestures, as they would say.
What about the actual Second Amendment?
Yeah,
that someone has to make a Second Amendment sanctuary to reinforce. Does that have any teeth? I don't know. I hope it has some big, sharp dinosaur teeth on it. But yeah.
But there's actually something, while I was speaking initially of Second Amendment sanctuary resolutions, there's also something referred to as a Second Amendment sanctuary ordinance. And that is another path that is being pursued in various counties across the country. for one, I will say that in Oregon there are 4 counties that are currently pursuing Second Amendment sanctuary ordinances, and they will be on the November ballot. It's there was an article that I published yesterday. I actually saw it in the news that they were doing this, and I reached out to the guy that was leading that effort, and I asked him if I could, spread the word for him. And yeah, his SanctuaryOrdinance.com is if you want to.
Is the website. Okay, so let me do a couple of things here real quick. Let me just remind everyone, as you guys are coming in, please smash those thumbs ups. That all helps us. I know this channel is getting like severely ghosted from what I could see out there. So if you hit those thumbs ups, it really helps us. Rich, I hope you hit it. Noah, I hope you hit it. Everyone that has an internet can go on to this podcast. Just go look on Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. That's the name of the channel. You'll see the podcast live there right now. Smash the thumbs ups on that. We appreciate it. I know some people were asking about hoplophobic. We want to make sure we help the folks out there learn. As my parents would tell me, go look it up in the dictionary. That's why we had the Google machine. Hoplophobia, irrational morbid fear of guns. C. 1966, coined by Colonel Jeff Cooper from Greek hoplophytes, weapons. See his book, Principles of Personal Defense. May cause sweating, faintness, discomfort, rapid pulse, nausea, sleeplessness, nondescript fears, mere thought of guns. So there you go for anyone who good word from Rich there. And Rich is showing off something here that's under the table, which we'll get into that here in a second.
Freaking some people out with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me see. There's a couple of other things I want to do. You know what we should do? Here's one of the things. While we're having this discussion with Noah, that does run the website SanctuaryCounties.com, I encourage everyone to go look at it. Let me see. I'll throw this up here on the screen for everyone looking as well. I'll throw it up here. Let's do this little test, Rich, while we're doing this. Go see if your county that you live in is a 2A sanctuary. So go to SanctuaryCounties.com. Okay, go on there, support these guys. I think they probably have an email list that you could sign up for. Right, Noah? You've got something like that, right?
Haven't set that up yet, but it was one of the things that I want to set up. I think in order to do it, you have to have an address or something by law. I don't know. I looked into it, but definitely, follow us.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, definitely follow them out there. I will show you guys for everyone who's in Florida, and I want people to go look this up. Actually, go there, look it up, and let us know. Shout out your sanctuary county if you want to. I will show you guys the map of Florida. There goes the map of Florida, and I can tell you the county that I live in is a Second Amendment sanctuary, and it's here on this map for sure. So I promise you guys that. Rich, what's your county?
Palm Beach County. I got Rick Bradshaw as my sheriff.
Yeah, it's gray. It's gray. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
what's going on with Palm Beach County, man?
So Rick Bradshaw, I think it's all of Florida. The sheriff is now a political office. It used to be a nonpartisan office. So now there's Republicans and Democrats running for the office. Rick Bradshaw's been Palm Beach County Sheriff forever. I've actually had a real jerk experience with him personally. And Rick Bradshaw came out as a Democrat, not that we didn't guess that. He lost, he won the primary to Alex Freeman. Alex Freeman's been running, this is like the second time he's run for sheriff, and he lost. Alex Freeman, I've asked many times if he would join the Constitutional Sheriff's Organization, and he kind of ghosts me on that when I ask. Right now, we have, let's see, the guy's last name is Diaz. He's a Republican, and he's running for sheriff. And I met him at a Tea Party meeting. Not like shaking somebody's hand and having a 2-minute conversation means a whole lot. But he's running as a Republican, and the crappy thing is the Republican Action Committee of Palm Beach is supporting and endorsing Rick Bradshaw, the Democrat.
Yeah, how the hell does that happen? That's my question. How is that actually possible?
Yeah, that's messed up. So David Diaz, the bad thing, my wife is like the Jehovah Witness of conservatism.
Mm-hmm.
She squared off with David Diaz, and she's like, "Do you know who you report to?" And he's like, "The governor." She's like, "No, you report to the Constitution. Your office is listed in the Constitution." It's like she went home, she emailed him.
All hail your wife.
Oh,
All
yeah.
hail your wife. Yeah, what's her? I don't know what her thing is. I don't want to say WAF because I don't know. That's gonna probably not good.
First Lady of France.
Oh, Faf.
Flop.
Faf. It's how you pronounce it, I guess. Either okay. All right. Yeah. So that's
the bird.
The bird, absolutely. So that's really crazy in Palm Beach that the Republicans are supporting a Democrat for sheriff there. That's just the insanity that is the Republican Party. To be honest with you, it's a a lot of times I don't really feel like Republicans are any better than Democrats.
No. And so for me, like, if I was going to try and bring this to my county, how would I do it? I mean, I don't know that if approaching the sheriff would be the right way to go, but I would go to like a county board meeting and talk to some of the representatives there. Is that?
Well, I actually, it's good that you asked that question. I haven't shared this with you guys, but if you were to search on the website, there's a little search bar there. I wrote a post called "How to Become a Second Amendment Sanctuary," or something like that. I think it's "How to Become a Sanctuary County." Yeah, that's what it was. And I go over like basically what I did, and I felt like because this was around the time when we were really actively doing this in Virginia, and I felt like somebody should be recording this. Like, we need a roadmap for how to do this, so that other counties could do it. And so I was in a couple of groups. One of them was Virginia for 2A Sanctuary Counties, it's a Facebook group, and the other one was the Virginia Citizens Defense League Facebook group. And I basically just asked the question, "Hey guys, how'd you do this in your county? Like, what are the steps that you took?" And I kind of mentioned that in the article, but it is a nice long article with step-by-step things that you can do. But some of the things, like when you're about to go bring this to your board, you don't want to just be like Joe Schmo who never reached out to them before, and you got nothing other than your desire to become a sanctuary county to show for yourself. So some of the things that I recommend that other people recommended from their experience in their county was like one, to work with your local gun stores, gun clubs, ranges, stuff like that, and see if they can help you get some support for that. Get a petition, and I believe the VCDL had a petition. I probably should have included one of those as like a resource, but get a petition signed in support of this Second Amendment Sanctuary resolution. Heck, write Second Amendment Sanctuary resolution. I have, if you go to sanctuarycounties.com/resolutions, I have a ton of them. I have over 300 resolutions there. You can grab one of them, change the language so that there should be a link to it across the top in the nav bar there. It says resolutions. You can just grab the text and change it to have the name of your county in there. So that's a really good first step. Actually get the resolution so you come with something in your hands. And then a petition to support this resolution would be nice. And then, one of the things that I tell people is that, you got to get off your butt and do it. Nobody's going to do it for you. You just, you got to get involved, and it's not really that hard. You just have to want to, make it happen. You can call your sheriff so that, if you have a good sheriff in your county, that would be a good step, because the sheriffs really took a lead role in this. Like, I was reaching out to my sheriff. I asked him, I was like, "Hey, where do you stand on these new gun laws?" And he's like, "I'm a constitutionally elected officer and I support the Constitution." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you didn't really answer the question, but he's like, that's what he had to say, I guess. But he was actually there when we passed our Second Amendment Sanctuary resolution.
And he was in support of that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He spoke. Okay. He spoke at the board meeting, and he was like, "Yeah, we're not doing this in our county. No. Yeah. He's saying that we're not enforcing any of these gun laws. So basically, he supported the Second Amendment Sanctuary resolution. Okay. He was very much in support, and there was like after he gave his speech, like people just erupted. We had over 1,200 people show up to our board meeting. And I don't know if you've ever been to a county board meeting, but
it's not a lot of people show up.
Yeah, no, you'd be lucky to have like 20, people show up. That might be a busy day. We had an overflowed parking lot full of people, and it was amazing, just to be there. The only thing that really topped it when we were doing this whole thing was going to Rally Day in Richmond, which the governor said was like there was going to be some white supremacists there, and he declared a state of emergency, but then proceeded to not declare a state of emergency while Antifa or BLM was burning the city.
He didn't declare. Obviously, he wasn't the governor, but when he was putting on blackface, he didn't declare any emergencies. When he was supporting aborting babies, even up to the last term.
Yeah, or after. Schrodinger governor. We don't know whether he was Governor Blackface or Governor Hood.
We're not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah,
he's not sure either.
No, absolutely not. By the way, Bricks,
how can you not remember? I mean, I wear the hood and the blackface so often, I don't remember that day which one I was in.
Yeah. Bricks says my county is a sanctuary county. So if you're looking on the website, if you're going to SanctuaryCounties.com. and you're seeing that your thing is up there, please let us know and go check that out. And I think I agree with you, Noah, that we need to fight fire with fire here. We need to use some of the same tactics the guys are using to dismantle or declaw or detooth, however you want to put it, defang the Second Amendment. We need to use those things to support, prop up, save, fight, claw back the Second Amendment. We need to use those same things. Go ahead. I cut you off.
Who, me? Well, one thing, one of the interesting things here, and this is something that you'll find in some of the language of the resolutions that get passed, is that the term sanctuary, like I've actually watched board meetings, like apparently I'm bored enough to actually go watch. I've recorded a number of them and put it on our YouTube page, because people like to see it. But there's a lot of argument over the term sanctuary, and what I think is really kind of cool about it is the fact that whereas, and this was part of the argument against the term sanctuary, is that it's got a connotation with the sanctuary cities for illegal immigrants, and so some people are wary of using that term sanctuary because they don't want people thinking that they're supporting illegal immigration. But the cool thing about it is that I don't know who decided to use this term or use this particular method, but whereas they're using a sanctuary to violate federal immigration law, we're using sanctuaries to enforce or uphold the Second Amendment of our United States Constitution. So I always thought that was kind of a cool part of all of this, is that we're sort of taking back what they were using and we're applying it to our own situation.
We have to see. We should look that up. If anyone knows who kicked off this sanctuary city county thing, like, was it over immigration? Was it some other thing? Let us know if you know that. Eric Gonzalez says, is there a state organization in Florida like VCDL, which would be Virginia Citizens Defense League? There are organizations here in Florida. I don't know if there's like a FCDL or something like that. I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, Rich, but I thought that some of these guys like Eric from Iraq Veteran, Mac from Military Arms Channel, they were going to try to look at some different ways to get stuff like that going. Obviously, we've got lots of different organizations, and we do have organizations here in Florida. But there you go. And then M. Gabriel says, oh, the shirt means Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. Yep.
I figured it out too. I was like, what is Lola? Yeah. And then
that's what Lola
It's not Lola.
That makes sense.
It's not Lola.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to make more of these shirts, by the way. So just there, there's going to be more of this. But yeah, that's what Lola is. This channel that we're on, and it's called Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded, which you hear.
Hank,
what?
I ordered one exactly like you're wearing.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Rich.
You didn't have bird size, so.
I know. We'll have to make a little plastic one or something.
Snip.
Yeah. CB says it was for illegals, but I would like to know, where did this whole sanctuary city, town, county thing start?
So, to respond to one of the questions, whether or not there's a Florida version of VCDL. I don't know the answer to that, but assuming that not all of your viewers are from Florida, I have found that there are citizens defense leagues in multiple states across the country.
Yeah.
I've spoken with people from, I believe it was Arizona Citizens Defense League, and I believe it was Vermont Citizens Defense League, possibly, or maybe it was Maine. I can't remember. But yeah, Citizens Defense League. I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know that there was one in Virginia, and now there's ones all over the place.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting also in all of this was that, and I wasn't the only person to notice this, but we didn't see a whole lot of involvement from the NRA. You know, and which was odd to me because it's right here in Virginia, it's like NRA backyard, and I did not see NRA really participating in this push, but it was such an impressive display.
Wait. I gotta call BS on this.
Yeah.
Because the NRA waits till it's almost a victory, then they jump all in and go me. You mean they didn't do that?
I didn't see them there so much. Mind you, I'm just one person, you know, so there might be other people that did see them there.
Are you saying in Virginia?
Yeah, in Virginia.
I think they were there. I think, didn't they jump in at the last minute and give out some magazines or something? I think so.
Yeah, I remember something like that. Also, I remember VCDL was setting up a rally day, the big rally day where we had tens of thousands of people show up. And like right before that, I think NRA did their own rally. And I'm like, why didn't you just get involved in the rally that was already going on? Like, you know, VCDL, man, they did a lot. And they set up busing. We had tons of people there. It was awesome. You know, I was walking around getting people registered to vote. That's another benefit, by the way. Sorry,
go ahead.
Went off on tangents here, but when you get 1,200 people at a board of supervisors meetings, one of the really cool things that you should definitely do is get people out there to register folks to vote and get other petitions signed. Anything else, any signatures you need done, get somebody out there with like paper for people to sign and get that stuff signed, because you can actually get a lot of people on record for this stuff if you're prepared for, because we had thousands of people show up at some of these county board meetings, and you know, if there wasn't somebody there to take advantage of that, it would have been a major missed opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Rock that gun vote. You got to get the folks out there doing it. Okay, I know there's probably a bunch of different questions and all that kind of stuff coming in. Like I said before, smash the thumbs ups, please, guys. We appreciate that. Gary Filippo says, hold on, where is it? He says only one sanctuary county in Alabama, and it's not mine. Okay, we got to get to work on that, make it happen. John Crump says, I think he knows my friend MZTT, whoever that is, Mist. I don't know how you pronounce that. Mist. Whatever. I don't know if you know someone named Mist.
I know.
Is that a gender identity? Is that what that is?
No. John will have to. Maybe he wanted to put Matt and just put a Z in the middle there. I don't know.
Well, there is a Matt Das Cowboy that I was talking to at the beginning of this, and he was trying to put me in touch with some folks, but that didn't pan out. Unfortunately, I really could have used some help, but nobody helped me. So I'm not going to complain. I did what I did.
No, absolutely, man. Thank you for doing what you did. I hope you continue to do it. We're going to get into how folks can help you out here in a second. Yeah, John Crump said Matt. That's who he's talking about.
Yeah, he's very helpful.
Yeah, and Eli80 says we need help in Chicago, Cook County. Yeah, Chicago needs lots of help. Lots of help necessary in Chicago. Let me ask this one crazy question here that I'm sure a lot of people are thinking about, and then if Rich has stuff, we'll get into it. The folks out there have questions, we'll get into it here. Did you ever think about making this into an app? Because an app might be nice.
Well, I wouldn't mind making it into an app. One thing I will say, though, you know, this is actually, if you look at it, there's a lot of work that has been done, and I must credit David with doing a ton of the work. I've done what I can, but a lot of my time was spent in actual web development. But, you know, lately I've been, you know, doing my best to keep up with all the counties. But as far as development, I'm just one guy, you know. I'm doing everything I can. Just heck, I'm a little bit behind right now because I just installed Google AMP. It's the AMP plugin on the site. It's called Accelerated Mobile Pages. So if you go to this website on a mobile phone, it should be screaming fast right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we can do, let's see. We'll test it out while you're talking here.
Yeah.
Does AMP do background downloads? Is that what that is?
I think what it does is one of the major things that it does is it strips out a lot of the CSS and JavaScript. Like it comes with AMP has their set templates that they will display your content in, and the theme that I'm using for this website, it's a WordPress website, and the theme is called Newspaper, and it comes with its own Google AMP.
Okay, cool.
Template. So it was able to easily work with Google AMP. So I just had to get it installed. And so I spent like multiple days getting that installed. So if when it comes to like setting up an app, would I be cool with that? Yeah. Do I have the time for it? Probably not.
John Crump volunteered to write you an app.
Oh, sorry. I can't see the chat box.
You said I'll help out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if he was I'm not sure that Crump definitely was volunteering.
Oh, I'm happy to throw him under the bus.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Crump was volunteering. He says, I will help out. I'll throw that up there. John can help you out, and I'm sure he will do absolutely what he can. He probably takes on a lot more than he could chew.
Yeah.
John, he's a good guy, though. If you, I don't know if you know John Crump. He's with.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Virginia.
I participated in a chat there.
Okay.
One time, I was in the chat room.
Okay, cool. Yeah. If you need us to link you up with him, we will 100% do that. Let me pull up the website there. Were you saying something else? Yeah, the app. So the app, I know that's development. If anyone out there can help out with that, I'm sure you'd be happy to have that happen. Do you have some kind of is this a charitable organization? You have some way of funding this? What's going on here?
So I set up a Patreon. Big thanks to CloverTech. There's still work to be done, but he pointed out to me that it wasn't functioning the last time I did an interview. Oh. He's like, "Hey, your stuff's not working there." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Now I still have a lot of work to do because I'm supposed to build out the different tiers and whatnot. But one of my main goals right now is I was planning to in the very near future try to set up an LLC so that because I don't want to mix money that's coming in with my personal, income. And I don't know what the tax ramifications are for that, but I'd rather it be its own thing. Mm-hmm. And so I had a guy in Florida who's actually for Indian River County, I believe. Okay. They're trying to pass a Second Amendment sanctuary resolution there. If anybody is in that county, and wants to be put in touch with them, send me an email at contact@sanctuarycounties.com. Mm-hmm. But he was like, "Hey man, I want to support you. Can I send you a check?" And I'm like, just a second. How about let me finish getting this LLC set up, and then that way I can set up a business bank account, and you can send it to Sanctuary Counties rather than send some random dude's personal checking account. So,
yeah, absolutely. Do it all the right way, man, because I'm sure there'll be some people probably trying to come after you and all that. So I would say do everything the right way. Take your time. I think, it's a good thing that you're doing. Obviously, like the question about the app and things like that, that's the first stuff people are going to ask. But like you said, I'll run it in right now. I'll connect to my phone. So just search Sanctuary Counties. There you go. Let's see. Take us to the website.
So what the hell is wrong with Florida? It's the east side of the dingus is all gray. The panhandle's all green. The center of the dingus is green.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking. Palm Beach County, I'm bordered by Martin County, that's gray. St. Lucie County, that's gray. And then Indian River, I'm going north, that's gray. Brevard, not Broward, Brevard is the first green county to the north of me. Okeechobee, not quite on the west, but Hendry borders Palm Beach on the west. That's all green. And then as you go south, Broward, Miami-Dade, Monroe, you're screwed.
Collier's
green. Yeah. Hendry, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
That looks good. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I actually, if you check out our national maps, actually all the maps, I put high resolution versions of the maps on the website too. That right now, I have a link out to a Google Drive folder, a shared Google Drive folder. And what I did was I do all the Photoshop for the most part. So I had to pay for Photoshop, unfortunately, but I make that available for people to use if you wanted to use the high resolution graphics, and I also make it available for media, because back in the early days when this was really kicking off in Virginia, we had actually a couple of news outlets that were taking our graphic and using it, but they were blowing it up on the big screen there, and it was like kind of ugly, and I'm like, well, if they're going to be using it, I might as well give them a high resolution version of it. So I try to make those available.
So I noticed. So and along those lines. So I'm running in the website on my phone. I'm running that in right now. So I notice if you search for a state, you get a whole bunch of news. You don't necessarily get the map. So if you go into the search section, so let's say we search for Florida, right? Which we're here. Okay, if you search it, you can get there. There is the map is on top. I see. Okay.
Yeah, I will say something about that. I actually one of the things that I have been in the process of doing is, okay, so you see some of these maps. You saw the Florida map. Those maps I've been trying to build them out for each individual state. In the past, all I've been doing is the national map updates, but I had some people ask me specifically for Florida. I've been working with a guy in Florida. He was asking me if he could get a map of his state, and I'm like, why don't I just do some state maps? It takes a lot of time, by the way, because I do a low res version for the website, because you want your pages to load quick. You don't want like really large file size images. So I've been doing low resolution versions for the website, but then really high resolution versions as well. But one thing that I really am planning on doing in the very near future is setting up a link in the nav bar for map updates. Okay. It shouldn't take me too long. Yeah. I'm gonna build a page, but I have state map updates and I have national map updates. And in the past also, I've been working with the Wisconsin Grandsons of Liberty and NJ2A, I think, as well. And Maryland, I believe, had somebody that was sending them into, and I think, I can't remember, Georgia, it might have been Georgia, GA2A, but they were sending them in to me, and I would publish them on the site. So because people want their state maps, but I just didn't, it takes me so long to do it, because I'm just one guy and I'm whipping it up in Photoshop. Yeah. But now that I've built out the templates for some of the state maps, I think it's going to go a little faster in the future, but it just takes a long time to get them all done. But I will build a page for state maps and for national maps, so you could just easily go to a page and see those maps.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I understand all of that. It definitely takes work to get folks doing this. Can you there are some questions there which I will get. If you guys do have questions, please let us know. We'll get to those. Can you still? I remember back in the days, like on the iPhone, you could like bookmark a web page and it almost functioned kind of like an app. You guys remember that? Back in the
I do remember that.
Yeah, that's an old school thing you could do. So for example, in the beginning with an iPhone, Apple didn't like Google. So you couldn't have an actual Google app, but Google told everyone, "Oh, just do this and then it'll work like it's an app." And you can go to so I just wondered if you could still do things like that and at least make it easy for folks out there who knowing Apple, they found a way to close that down.
Right.
Yeah.
So is there a community, like if I wanted to find out who organized Sanctuary County and Hendry County, which borders Palm Beach, or Okeechobee County, is there a way I could reach out to them?
So a lot of the counties, this is actually we're kind of at the mercy here of Facebook, really. But a lot of the progress that has been made in this movement has been done from Facebook groups. So if you were to type in your county and then type in, for me it'd be Spotsylvania and then 2A Sanctuary County or something like that, or Spotsylvania 2A Sanctuary, pick the name of a county and then type 2A Sanctuary after it. And there's a very good chance that you'll find a Facebook group for your county. Another thing, and here's, it's just a matter of me having so much on my plate, but I've actually started the process of building forum into the website. So, I installed the forum plugin, and it's just, I'm building the pages so that you could easily get to the forums. But, in the future, if, I wanted to have, I was seeing what they were doing with conservative pages, conservative groups. They've been shutting down militia groups on Facebook. And I was like, well, it's only so long until they decide to go ahead and shut me down. And shut down all these other 2A sanctuary groups. I'm probably not helping by coming on your show and telling everybody how we did it. But I wanted there to be a backup. Like if they do shut us down, like you could come somewhere, on my site to talk about 2A sanctuary efforts and how to proceed forward in your county. So I'm working on that. Like I said, just one guy as far as development is concerned. So I'm, gotta balance, my efforts.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly on Facebook is where I found and a lot of the times when I'm actually looking for these resolutions so that I can get them on the website, I'll search for the name of the county and, 2A sanctuary. I'll find the group and I'll join it, and I'll be like, hey, does anybody have a copy of the resolution? Another major source of information for these resolutions is basically just scouring these county websites, and some of them are hot garbage. Let me tell you, they're really bad. And many of them haven't been updated in months or years. And so it's hit or miss whether I find it or not. But use some advanced Google searching. Sometimes I can find them on there. That's how we do it.
So are there? By the way, I know there's like probably stuff coming in from. I know the whole Breonna Taylor situation. There's been breaking news and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll get into some of that stuff here in a little while. So on social media, are there places people can go to follow, communicate with you? Just so I could throw those up. You're saying Facebook? You have a Facebook page?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right now, we're at facebook.com/SanctuaryCounty. So not counties, but county. And that was done because the Sanctuary Counties was too long for Instagram, which I never even use Instagram now. So I guess that was short-sighted. But facebook.com/SanctuaryCounty, as well as we have a Facebook group called... it's 2A
Sanctuary Counties.
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
Yeah. So Sanctuary Counties. Okay, I see your logo up there. You got like 3,000 people following you. Okay.
Yeah. We've been building it slowly.
I'm gonna go in there and like it for you guys out there. Go check it out and follow these guys.
We're also our biggest following is on Parler, and that was a matter of when I saw kind of the writing on the wall. I'm seeing them demonetize gun-related channels and conservatives in general, and so I was like, what, Parler came up, and I'm like, why not? And so I shifted over there. We got about 14,000 followers on Parler now, and I mostly post. I post a lot more on Parler. I do post a lot of stuff on Facebook. But,
okay. So I'm showing Sanctuary Counties. It's also there. You guys will see the logo that Noah has behind him. I'm gonna follow you guys also there on Parler. For anyone who's interested, I'm Hank Strange on Parler. You can see it.
I'm FlyingRich on Parler.
There you go, FlyingRich. I believe that I'm following you on Parler as well, FlyingRich. Let's make sure.
Yeah, Pebbles doesn't have an account.
Yeah. That's just terrible that you don't. Here we go. Yep, and I've got there's FlyingRich right there for anyone who wants to see. That's what what it looks like there. FlyingRich. I don't know, Austin Tong. I see you posted something from this. He's got a bunch of posts up there. Okay, so you guys can follow him there. And then you said you're on Instagram, or you're not doing Instagram?
I set up an Instagram, but one of the problems that I had was, finding enough pictures to post. And so, I ended up not using it that much. But now that I have the maps, I could probably publish those. Yeah. But it's hard because you gotta balance yourself, and this isn't exactly my primary job. I have actual other stuff to do in a family. So it's just a matter of stretching myself out and seeing what I can get up. Mostly I'm on Parler, Facebook. I do have a Twitter as well, but I don't really talk that much. And also recently we joined the Jump app, which is where I met Alaskan Ballistics.
Okay. You're in the Jump app also.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into some of this towards the end for all the folks out there. That we'll recap all the different places you guys can follow Noah on there. Okay, let's see. I don't know if there's any other questions. We can jump around here, get into a bunch of different things. Rich, do you have some stuff that you want to
Yeah, sure.
talk to us about?
I had some fun. I got this case that I kind of showed you, if you don't mind me showing again.
Yeah.
And it had these latches. Whoa!
Yeah.
You got the ceiling now.
You're always
so I
dropping your
3D
phone.
printed
Mm-hmm.
these latches, and the reason I printed them, where'd the phone go?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, I dropped my tripod.
Yeah,
as long as I didn't drop my
smash
bird.
those thumbs ups for Rich's shaky camera.
So
smash the thumbs up for that.
What I did is I traced the latch,
Mm-hmm.
and then I scanned it. Did a little GIMP is like Photoshop, but it's free. It's called GNU. What is it? Anyhow, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a test piece, not full width, so I could print it quick.
Mm-hmm.
Checked the geometry, and it was spot on. Then I added ribs for your pleasure, so you got the grip.
For your own pleasure. Uh-huh.
The original one had kind of wimpy ribs, so I put some decent ribs in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I printed the test piece so I could put a lock
Hold
through
it down a little lower so we can see it.
Okay.
Hold it up too high, a little lower. There you go. All right, good. Okay.
So I could put a long hasp lock through it.
Okay.
And then I printed a drill guide, so I pull the hinge pin out, and then the drill guide just snaps in there, and you drill the hole through it. And then, boom, you've got a TSA legal locking case.
Awesome.
And that's what I took with me on my road trip to Santa Fe to get a new used car for the wife.
Awesome. Congratulations. And obviously, it seems like Pebbles approves of all of that. Pebbles definitely approves. Yeah, if you can, center yourself a little bit there, Rich, so we can see you. We can see, yeah, there you go. We're going to call him Pirate Rich or something like that.
Yes.
Since he's got Pebbles. So I don't know if Noah has questions here. My first question is what 3D printer do you use?
Okay, so I've had an ANET A8 for a long time, and I recently, my buddies in the 3D printing world said, get yourself an Ender 3. I got the Ender 3.
Okay,
It's
Ender 3. Hold on, I got to pull this up. It's how much?
$200.
Okay.
It'll go on sale. It's on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And I am shocked at how good it is.
So basically, Ender 3, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, and I see there, let's see if we can pull it up here on Amazon. Boom. There you go. I'll roll that in. That's a picture of it right there. $199. Ender 3 3D printer. So that's what you use, huh?
Yeah, and it's the ANET was I don't know if I got it about 4 years ago. It was about 8 hours to build. It wasn't a hard build. It was just tedious. Now the Ender comes like in assemblies, so it only took about 3 hours to put together. Nothing complicated. You're just screwing, the uprights together and the cross beam together. Mm-hmm. The base, like if you look at it from where the figure is printed, like the printing area, that was pretty much all assembled. So you had just a few, I would say 3 hours worth of assembly, and boom, I was printing.
Oh, cool.
So
I'm
pretty excited about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely planning on getting into some 3D printing. Seriously.
Well, you're an SOT. I got one object for you to print.
Oh. No, but I mean, I would just in general, there's like things that I think about. And I'm like, it would be cool to prototype and actually, see something physical that you can mess around with.
Yeah, I haven't printed anything out for you yet. I did for the Bearded Black Cowboy. I printed base plates for his magazines with his logo on it.
Okay.
I was going to do that for you.
Oh, cool. Okay.
How did you get involved in 3D printing?
Because I'm an evil genius.
Right. I agree with the evil part. The rest of it, I don't know about that.
So,
and by the way, hold on one second. Pitbull says I rock 2 Ender 3 and love them, And James Miller says GIMP is GNU Image Manipulation Program. Boom.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I lost. I knew it was new. I forgot the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm a techie. I've do a podcast like on another network called Podnuts.
Mm-hmm.
And like after this podcast, I'm going to be doing the Mini PC podcast where we talk about single board computers like the Raspberry Pi.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a group of guys, and for a while we did a 3D printing podcast. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where I got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Some tech guys I knew were doing it. I'm using what they call Octoprint, so it runs on a Raspberry Pi. It works as a print server, and on my VMware infrastructure, my test lab, I have artificial intelligence that watches the print as it goes. It detects it's failing.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, interesting. By the way, I know my brother Anonymous is big into Raspberry Pi stuff. So, very cool. I haven't gotten into it, but I know he's always sending me things in relation to that, and he's been doing stuff with that for years and years and years. So,
I should get into it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things like I have a home automation control that turns on and off lights.
Mm-hmm.
It opens and closes a garage door. It detects if the garage is open and it closes it at night, then turns the alarm on the house.
Mm-hmm.
Those kinds of things.
Oh, cool. Jade Grew, couple of things in here, but Jade Grew says, does Rich have a file repository online anywhere?
So if you search like GitHub for FlyingRich,
Mm-hmm.
or if you search Thingiverse for FlyingRich, you'll find some stuff for me.
Okay.
So I did do a modified AR9 that uses a U-bolt for the buffer tube, and that I printed. And Control Q, who's pretty big in the 3D firearms community,
Mm-hmm.
he's got 200 rounds through my AR9 lower.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's out there.
Yeah.
If anybody listening to the podcast here has any questions, go to flyingrich.com, send me a message, and I'll hook you up with whatever you need.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing a 1022, obviously not the receiver, but doing the chassis, 3D printing a 1022 chassis.
There is a 1022 receiver. I printed one for Patrick. I've been traveling around with it, just haven't gotten it to you guys.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing that. I want to do, because the chassis, obviously, that's what, you drop the receiver in there, you put other stuff on it. I'd like to get one that at the back of it has a little pick rail, so you could put like those SB tactical braces on it or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if such a thing exists, but I think it would be cool.
Yeah, I'll look around, see if I find something.
Yeah. Let me know if you can do that. That'll be fun. Maybe we'll do another video together about that.
So do you ever get into like ghost guns? I guess they call them 3D printing.
Well, yeah, I'm printing AR9s, AR15s.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only got a couple dozen rounds through my AR9. But like I said, Control Pew's got about 200 rounds through one of my designs.
Oh, really?
It was my design. I don't want to say like I took two people's designs and did a mashup and beefed it up.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, very cool.
I just remember that was like the subject of some lawsuits or whatever.
Controversy.
Yeah, some controversy.
Still things ongoing in that realm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't I think of his name? Defense Distributed. He does the Ghost Gunner. Actually, Patrick has one. I know John Crump has one. John Crump has the new version.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like twice as fast, the new version, which is pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. What is going on with Pebbles? Pebbles seeing someone? Is he reacting to? Is he jealous of our Lot Loud T-shirts? What's going on with Pebbles?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up. I think it's just that I'm talking and he gets energetic when I talk.
Yeah. He doesn't want to share your attention. He's like a dog. He's
It's like a cat that sits exactly where you're reading the newspaper.
Yeah, exactly. See, now he's all quiet that he's getting attention. All right, cool. And then I think Noah wanted to remind everyone. He says, "Hey folks, I forgot to mention we're on YouTube also. Where's the YouTube channel let's see. So just go to YouTube, I'm guessing, and search Sanctuary Counties on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if if I have enough followers to get an actual YouTube channel. What was it called?
Well, you have to get a custom domain.
Yeah, something like that. But what I've been sharing on there is I share some of these board meetings.
So
because
how do we find you then on your YouTubes?
Um,
Yeah.
I'm
I'll give
2A
you
Sanctuary Counties.
Yeah, well, I'm just called Sanctuary Counties. I have 14 subscribers so far, but I'll post a link.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here. I don't see anything.
I just posted a link there.
You did? Okay, hold on.
That's it says view.
You put
as
it in
subscriber.
our in the Skype chat?
Oh no, I put it in the YouTube chat.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I haven't seen that yet. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been sharing I'll actually go and watch the county board meetings and then snip out just a piece that has to do with passing. Because I don't know if you've ever watched a county board of supervisors meeting, but it is long and it is boring. And it's a lot of it's like, we want to thank Mrs. What's her name for doing this thing for the county, and then a lot of it's contracts that they do for the county. But then they'll get to this resolution, and it's like start debating it back and forth. What's actually interesting about this one of the recent counties that has passed one of these resolutions is that they're now starting to pass them. So they're calling them constitutional resolutions now. And because this really started kicking into gear once this Chinese virus came over to our shores here, and these little mini tyrants decided to start trampling upon the rest of our rights. And so the board of supervisors, especially in Wisconsin, I've been working with the Wisconsin Grandsons of Liberty lately, and they were telling me that they were wanting to pass constitutional sanctuaries resolutions because they're seeing that these governors and mayors are willing to trample on more than just your Second Amendment rights. They're basically willing to do anything that you let them do, and they're not stopping at your guns. They're gonna take away your ability to go to work, take away your ability to go to church, force you to wear, a diaper on your face, So that's why they've been, and I've watched some of the debate on in these board meetings. Actually interesting. I think they actually, you can tell that they actually mean it. At first, when I saw them passing the constitutional sanctuary resolutions, I thought that it was just a convenient way to water down the support for the Second Amendment, like basically saying, no, I support everything, so Second Amendment's in there without directly addressing the Second Amendment. But after what we've all witnessed, I really do, and seeing the board meetings that I've seen, I really do think that they actually mean it. They're really concerned that these people are taking up upon themselves more power than they were ever intended to do. And so they want to, put some kind of a stopgap in place. And what's also interesting, not only constitutional sanctuaries, but recently there's been passed in San Luis Obispo.
Lola says she hasn't heard diaper on your face yet. She hasn't. Lola says
Face diaper?
Yeah, diaper on your face. I had not heard that one yet.
I think I got that from Steve Dace. I don't know if you listened to him, but
I think I got it from Dan Bongino, who probably got it from Steve
I might have been Bongino too. I don't know, but I remember seeing that somewhere. But I think it was San Luis Obispo. It's weird because this stuff is maybe it's not weird because California, they're going crazy over there, but there's been San Luis Obispo has passed a religious sanctuary ordinance, basically.
Oh wow!
Or a resolution. I think it was a resolution. Basically, they're not going to punish people for going to church. Basically, sorry, it's hard to say because you would never even think that would be a problem. But and then also in California, there's been sanctuary resolutions passed in support of businesses. So basically, they call themselves pro-business sanctuaries. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they're saying, hey, we're open for business. We're going to open up. And we don't care what you think, Governor Newsom. And in Texas, they've been passing sanctuaries in support of the right to life. Basically, they call it sanctuaries for the unborn. And then there was one other one, which is a sanctuary from mask mandates. So, like, you know, we're not going to allow you to force us to wear masks inside of buildings or wear, you know, other health restrictions, social distancing and stuff. So they're taking this this movement and kind of expanding on it, which I'm like, yeah, why not? let's do that. But you know, I'm definitely pro. I got into it because of the Second Amendment, but I like that they're, you know, kind of taking it and running with it.
Most people here are pro freedom. I mean, I don't think we really judge people by what their political affiliation is, whether they're left, right, you know, Republican, Democrat, Independent, or whatever. Just pro freedom. You know, although Rich, I'm sure you have your preferences, and we all do here. The mask thing, I think, is insane. I was looking at a YouTube video of someone. I'm into watches, and I just realized I didn't even wear a watch today. I don't know how that's possible. My wrist is, and I just realized, like, there's something. What's wrong with me? There's no. Anyway, I'm into watches, and there's a channel that I watch. And I was looking at it the other day. The guy had a mask on, and he was basically in a room by himself doing a video with a mask. And I was like, I can't watch this. This is insanity.
Did you see the Joe Biden town hall with Anderson Cooper? They're 20 feet apart. They're both wearing masks. It goes to commercial, and they walk up to each other like fist bumping. It's what like, really, guys?
I saw that at the DNC as well. I'm like, you know, they were
virtue signaling.
Yeah, it's virtue signaling. And what I found also interesting, you know, you'd have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris come out, and, you know, they'll put their masks on before they go up and touch each other or whatever, get close to each other. But then they're outside and they're watching fireworks or whatever, which was nothing compared to the RNC fireworks show, by the way. But they're watching these fireworks, and then they take their masks off.
Richard is activated now. He's happy now. Richard's happy.
I'm like, well, why did you wear it if you're just going to take it off when you got outside? Like, there's a flaw in your virtue signaling.
Oh yeah. The best was, like, Biden got announced, and I think he was wearing, the announcer was the guy, like, you know, welcome, blah, 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 I'm union, whatever, blah. And then he walks off, and he's wearing his mask. They squeegee down the podium, and then Biden comes out with the frickin' face diaper. It's like, really, guys? Really?
Very crazy. You see those people driving around in their car with the masks on. I'm like, did Rona hop in your car with you? Like, I don't understand. How are you going to get it?
All right, so I'm on North Lake in Palm Beach at a gas station, and this young guy, you know, he's probably 20-something. He pulls up, you know, across, you know, the next pump over, and he's got the mask on. You know, and it looks like a double mask. It looks like an N90 mask with the regular whatever mask underneath it. And I'm like, hey, why are you wearing the mask alone in your car? He's like, you worry about yourself.
He told
like,
you.
You know who you're talking to? Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah. That's called Dwick. You know what Dwick is?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah.
Isn't that what?
No, wait. Is it Dwick?
Dick Wham.
Dick Wham.
Dick Wham?
Dick Wham. Sorry, Dick Wham.
Isn't that what? What's her name? Whitmer. Was it Gretchen? Gretchen Whitmer. She's like the governor of some state.
The governor's husband.
Yeah, her husband.
Do you know who I am? I'm launching my boat. Do you know who I am?
The rules don't apply to me.
Yeah.
So if you guys missed it, we kind of glossed over it real quick. If you did not see the Trump acceptance speech fireworks, I don't know if, Hank, you've seen the Macy's fireworks, right? It was like frickin' nothing. You know, when you see the aerial fireworks over New York City where they have like 4 or 5 barges and the East River, the Hudson River around the Statue of Liberty going off at the same time, it was nothing.
When was this? Where was this? I don't know if I saw that.
Oh, yeah, the Trump fireworks when he had the acceptance speech.
No, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, after his like 5
Where was he? Where was it? What was his backdrop?
At the White House.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't see it. I didn't look at any of that nonsense.
Oh, it was awesome, man. It was like, it was one of the best fireworks shows I think I've ever seen.
Okay, yeah. I didn't look at either side.
Oh, Trump 2020 twice. It just
was nuts.
I
And
know
all the way around the Washington Monument,
right.
and just up and down, and just, oh my God, it was crazy.
You know what
like, Joe Biden did the fireworks. I mean, it was like this much to,
we had the
Joe
most
Biden.
amazing fireworks. That fireworks better than anyone. The most amazing thing you've ever seen. It's awesome. It's really awesome. I heard lots of people said it was awesome. Yeah, you know what? I did see the thing. I was looking at a Joe, because I don't really look at this stuff, and I'll tell you guys what I think about that here in a second. But I was looking at Joe Rogan, and this really cracked me up. This is the only thing I saw from either one of these political things, the different conventions that everyone had going on. And Joe Rogan was talking about where, I guess Trump Jr., what's his girlfriend's name again? Guilfoyle? Yeah, Guilfoyle.
Ex-wife.
Yeah. Who's ex-wife?
Gavin Newsom.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
I heard about that.
So they showed her thing where I guess she was in a room and she's just screaming and shouting at the room or whatever. And then someone did a meme with the beaver. The beaver comes up and goes, ah! Did you see that meme? It's so funny. Joe Rogan was showing that, and I was like, this is fun. This is genuinely funny. But the thing about it for me is I look at that, I was telling Lola, I look at a lot of that stuff as conservative Hollywood to me. I don't know. That's just, like, to go back to what we were talking about before, a lot of people in that thing, and listen, I voted for Trump, I'm registered as a Republican, all that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of people in there that, to me, it's the same thing as these Hollywood elite types, except they're on the conservative side. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but Len Holt says the Italian opera singer did it for me.
Yeah, that was pretty
That
cool.
was so cool.
Yeah. Let me see go ahead. Let me see if I can find that Guilfoyle thing. I don't know if we'll get in trouble, but
Yeah, the cool thing about the opera, like the whole thing after that speech is kind of, to me, it sort of showed like a contrast between, what they've been doing to us, across the country, mostly in Democrat-controlled areas, but like basically locking you down. Trump basically treated you to a fireworks show and a night at the opera, man. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
I was like, man, this is pretty nice. I liked it.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to look and see if I can find the video. If I find it, I'll let you guys know. I'm sure we'll get.
It's amazing. The fireworks.
No, I'm talking about the beaver meme.
Oh.
I'm talking about the beaver meme. Let's see. Okay,
I saw her speech though. It was pretty loud.
Yeah, I don't know if this audio is actually gonna come through to you guys or not. Let me see. I'll try. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see whether or not it comes through. But I'll just play it. If you look for Kimberly Guilfoyle beaver meme, and someone tags. You guys can't hear that, right? She's screaming, doing the whole. Then check it out. Here comes the beaver. The beaver's going, ah! Ah! It's so funny. I don't know if you all saw that or not, but you got to go look at that and then come back and tell me. I don't know if the audio came. Did the audio come through on that? I don't know. Wait, I can't hear you guys now. Did I?
I hear.
Oh,
we
there
have
you go.
talked.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Go look at that and listen to it. It cracks me up. So, but I'm glad it was entertaining. I'm glad you guys had fun looking at it. So who did the best speech? Was it Trump and then the fireworks?
I liked, to me, there was this Cuban immigrant named Massimo. I can't remember his last name, but man, like I'm like, man, I'm gonna tear up this guy. But he's, he made it so clear, like, hey, socialism. Yeah, we tried that. I tried that. And what he was saying is like, we escaped Cuba to get away from this. Mm-hmm. You don't understand because you've never been in it, but if you go down this path, there's nowhere left for us to go. People like me, where are we gonna go now?
The only thing you could do is fight. There is nowhere else to go.
So yeah, his speech to me was the best one. I liked.
I think I agree with that. I mean, if you've seen the problem with a lot of Americans is they don't really know shit about socialism and the things that they're supporting. They don't know about communism and all that. They don't know about living in countries that have dictatorships. They don't know about living in countries. For example, for me as a black person, I've lived in countries. Did people just lose his wing or something? Did his wing
something
just fall
fell.
off? Okay,
Something
Pebbles
fell
is
and
safe,
went bang
right?
in the office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody's
Pebbles,
good.
yeah, Pebbles is safe. Yeah, so we don't care about Richard. Just make sure. Yeah. I've lived as a black guy. I've lived in a country. I lived in
You're a black
Nigeria.
guy?
Yes, black guy. Black guy. Oh, I know, scary thought. But I lived in a country, Nigeria. I was born in Guyana. So people exactly like me ran that place, and it was basically socialist. They call it like socialist democracy, whatever the hell that means. But Nigeria, for example, run by black people, lots of problems. Lots of problems. The cops will do worse to you than what you've ever seen here. And I think people just don't understand that. They don't really understand what they're talking about, especially when they say, "Oh, this country's better than America, and that country's better than America," and they never really lived there. Huh?
Go there.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Why are you even fighting it, bro? If it's better than America and you know it, what are you doing here? As my kids would say, bruh. That's what I don't know. Do you guys have kids? Do your kids do that? I don't know. My kids do this thing that they remind me of the goats. They're like, bruh.
Well,
So-
maybe we don't have goats.
Yeah, no. We don't have goats either. But my sons are all
What do you
crazy.
mean you don't
about
have
that.
goats either?
No, we don't have goats right now. No goats.
You ate them all? What happened?
No, we're goat free. Lola sold
So
those
who's
goats.
mowing the grass?
No one. The grass is just going wild and free on the hacienda, man. Yeah, Lola took a break from the goats, man. There was this guy called the Cuban Cowboy, which is like about 120 years old right now. Came over one day. He buys goats, so he knows Lola usually has goats. He came and bought the rest of the goats we had, so.
You just didn't want him jumping on the new car.
No, I mean my car is out there. The goats don't really. I have like a chicken wire fence thing that I put around there and keep them out. I don't think it was really that. I think just Lola was like, yeah, time for the goats to go. But we'll probably get some goats back in there at some point. Because now we've got all kinds of creatures coming in there. I saw a coyote there, which I need to camp out and catch that coyote, take him out.
You need a night sight?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that coyote's he's toast. And then there was there was a skunk on the property that came and like skunkerized the AC one night when we were all sleeping.
Oh no.
And if you never had that happen to you, may you never have that happen to you. Because that was not fun. Just imagine sleeping and a skunk like throws its skunk scent on your AC that goes through your whole house.
Oh no.
And I use a sleep machine. So that was extra. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Hotel.
Yeah.
Say, Lola, it wasn't me.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Swear to God, it wasn't me.
No, I didn't have Mexican.
No.
It was not a good experience. I can just tell you that right now.
It wasn't the goat curry I ate.
No. This is worse. Skunk, way worse. So, yeah, I do have to, that's basically, I don't have a dog, don't have the goats there. So we're going to have to, we'll have to get something going there, So.
I need something. I had squirrels eating my dragon fruit.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, you can't have that. We've got lots of squirrels on my property, but they don't do anything.
I'm pretty sure my homeowners association doesn't allow goats, so I'm gonna be goatless.
Oh man, you're missing
just
out.
like you.
You're in an HOA?
Yeah,
You're
unfortunately.
that kind of communist? Wait.
Sacrilege.
I'm your guests.
Yeah.
I wanna buy some land, but right now we're in a neighborhood. Good old fashioned.
Yeah, HOAs. Oh man, I don't know if Virginia HOAs are as bad as Florida has the worst HOAs.
Yeah. Well, I had to submit some forms to an architectural review board at the HOA to replace a fence, an old fence, with a new fence that would be in the same exact position as the old fence. And I'm like, why does the architectural review board need to analyze this? It's just replacing an old fence. Why would you put a stumbling block in my way?
Because HOAs.
So yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pain.
Because
Also,
the worst possible people that want authority gain it in an HOA because they want to control your ass.
Yeah. When I used to live in West Palm Beach, and our community that we lived in had a horrible HOA. And I remember we were trying to put up a fence, and they said our fence was a foot too tall. So we had to, which was the only size fence that anyone made. They only made fences one size, one height. So they're like, yeah, you have to cut it, or bury it a foot down. And I was like, no.
Why would they do that?
Yeah. So, that was a thing.
Yeah, HOAs.
That was a thing. Yeah. So never, ever again will I ever do an HOA. Not ever. So yeah, that totally cured me of that. Let's go to some new stuff here, if you guys are cool with that.
Sure.
Let's see, a couple different things going on here. Here's one that I thought was interesting, came up a couple of days ago. Defund the police activist Alyssa Milano calls police on teen shooting at squirrels, which Richard was just talking about squirrels. So
with an air rifle.
Yeah, with an air
rifle.
rifle.
And the kid turns himself in.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano is all for defunding the police, except when she needs them. She called 911, bringing a massive amount of police to her neighborhood after she suspected there was an armed gunman near her house. Turned out to be a teen shooting squirrels with an air gun, and not a nasty gunman out to get her. And there was, I don't know if you can see the pictures here in this particular one, but there are pictures online of everything happening. And yeah, it just turned out to be a kid hunting squirrels out there that she couldn't deal with that, and she got all scared. Called the popo.
Can we just let Alyssa Milano know that if somebody was coming for her, she wouldn't hear the round or see the guy?
Yeah.
This is nothing new for her. I mean, she's the same individual who would lecture us for wanting, to support our Second Amendment rights while at the same time being guarded by people who were carrying weapons. So, no. It's ridiculous. Also, to have that kind of a massive police response at the home of a person who has publicly decried the police and called for them to be defunded is just ridiculous.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, the cops showed up.
Yeah.
I'm sure they laughed at her because they couldn't find anyone. And then the kid, from the articles I read, the kid saw all this stuff and was like, what's going on? And then they realized that they called the cops because they saw him out there trying to catch some squirrels, and he turned himself in. But there was I don't think there was any charges or anything like that pressed against him. But yeah, Alyssa Milano apparently needs the cops.
Yeah, I was actually, that reminds me of, I was watching a video from Donut Operator, who's on YouTube as well, and it showed, I can't remember which police it was, what city, but they posted on their Facebook page or whatever that they, somebody's car had overheated and they called to get some help or whatever, or maybe they just saw him overheated on the side of the road, and they came over and helped him out, let him sit in their nice cold cruiser. But it showed the while their car cooled off, but it showed a picture of the back window of this vehicle, and it said defund the police on it, and I just thought that was amazing. I'm like,
the guy.
Yeah,
wait, hold on.
Down.
Yeah, so the guy's vehicle who broke down and the cops came there are all nice. He had to defund the police on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they helped him anyway, which is
of course that's their job.
But,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I just thought it was awesome. The irony.
Yeah. They showed up in force to save Alyssa Milano. She might want to get up on that Second Amendment if she's really that scared and worried about stuff. She might want to get up on that because by the time those cops get there, they're not actually going to help you. To allude to what Rich was saying, right?
She probably has guns in her house.
You need to get Chuck Woolery on to talk about all of his, famous friends.
Oh yeah. We had Chuck. Didn't we? We had Chuck Woolery on.
Yeah, he was good.
Once upon a time, yeah, absolutely. Here's another thing I thought was interesting as a Floridian. Interesting, in other words, I'm really ridiculous. Bloomberg pays fines for 32,000 felons in Florida so they can vote.
All right, so the rub on that was the felons had to be people of color, and they had to have crimes that were they had to owe less than $1,500. Mm-hmm. So he only bailed out. And I'm not trying to throw people of color under the bus, but what it is that 90+% of people of color vote for Democrats. So he's trying.
He's obviously trying to buy a vote there. Obviously trying to buy a vote and not being democratic about it. He's not saying, hey, everyone who falls into this will pay off your thing. No, he's only trying to get certain folks to pay them off. I guess that's just another burn on his money. I don't know if that's really going to do anything.
The Democrats are leveraging. Well, it's better than him getting winning the one electoral vote from Guam. He spent like 15 on that.
Was it Guam? It was.
Yeah, it was
Guam. Shame
that
on
was
you.
American Samoa or something.
Oh boy.
But yeah,
there's a difference between.
I have no idea, honestly. Although I've actually been to Guam, so I should probably know that. My ship pulled into Guam once to the Navy base there.
Were you in the Navy?
Oh yeah, we didn't really talk about that at all. But yeah, I was in the Navy. I was a surface warfare officer in the Navy.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, we pulled into Guam. It is so hot, so humid. Oh my gosh, never want to go back to that place. Yeah. Plus, I hear it's in danger of capsizing. So.
Hank Johnson.
Huh?
He's the one that knows.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What other news? Did you guys see any news like that?
Well, I actually was going to respond a little to that Bloomberg story there.
Okay.
I saw that I think Matt Gaetz was calling on the district attorney to look into that and investigate it for, buying votes, basically.
Yeah, buying votes,
But I was like, yeah, now do Virginia too. Too bad we don't have a good attorney general. But he basically bought, these billionaires are throwing millions of dollars into these local races. And this is one of the reasons why I push for these sanctuary county things, because we don't have the kind of money that, that you're going to see from these billionaires. But what we can do is at least, get grassroots involvement and, get a lot of people out there to go spread the word. 1,200 people in my county. There was 3,000 in another county. You can do a lot, with just the legwork to try to fight back against just this dumping of tons of dollars.
I mean, that's him. That's $16 million just on that check that he's writing there. $16 million.
Which is pocket change.
To swing the vote here in Florida. Insanity, and there's so much. There's so much going on there that basically this guy's going to get... listen, I think under certain circumstances, I'm with people getting their voting rights back, right? I don't know who's against that 100%. I think there's certain people, maybe not, but in general, there's folks out there, if they've served their time, paid what they owe to society, they should get their voting rights back. They should definitely be able to defend themselves, all of that, But this idea...
There is no low level the Democrats won't stoop to, change the election, whether it's mail-in voting, whether it's illegals voting with voter ID laws, this whole new, in this whole thing, when something goes to be an amendment on the Florida Constitution, it goes before the Florida Supreme Court, and the advocates for this bill said, no, they would have to pay restitution before they got their voting rights back. And then once this got passed in the Florida Constitution, they then argued that, it's a matter of money. You're making this is unfair, unconstitutional, that basically they have to pay a poll tax to get the right back. It's
the people of the state had to spend money on them. Right?
Yeah. And they actually argued that they would have to pay full restitution of their fines and the fees that they were assessed.
Yeah.
And also the Bloomberg, so the trifecta is you're a minority, $1,500 or less, and you're registered to vote. That you're ready to go for this election, to correct this election.
Yeah.
So,
and the weird thing that I think people should consider in this, if you're one of those people out there planning on doing that, just realize that the plan here in Florida, if they get their way, is to turn things around and criminalize things like you being able to defend yourself in Florida, and black people will suffer the most out of that. Okay?
That is something that I wanted to ask. I've been wondering this and that when you had Maj on your show, that was just kind of something, because he has been promoting Second Amendment rights within the minority community. Specifically, he has what is Black Guns Matter, right? I believe. And I'm like, so you have these large cities with very large populations of minorities, and in this whole coronavirus pandemic, China virus, whatever you want to call it, but we're seeing all this rioting and violence and stuff. And so we've seen a massive surge of support for the Second Amendment in minority communities as well. I believe it was up to 40% or something of new gun purchasers.
Yeah, those 5 million, there was the majority of those 5 million were people of color that are out there getting into guns.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, how are they going to square that circle? Because one of their major policy platforms is to restrict the rights of individuals to keep and bear arms. But at the same time, a very large, growing demographic or sub-demographic of their base is becoming, activated to actually want to use keep and bear arms. So how are they going to continue restricting those rights while at the same time trying to get the votes of the people that want them?
Listen, it seems counterintuitive. I think it's up to people to realize exactly what's happening here. I think the majority of those 5 million new gun owners are liberals. Those are people out there that everything happening, they're like, maybe I want to protect myself. Maybe I realize that I could be out there on my own. I may not be able to depend on the police, etc. So they went out there and they got guns. Now, where they're going to go politically, I don't know. But for sure, if you bring in these new laws, the people who are going to suffer the most from that are going to be people of color. And if you're thinking, oh man, the cops are always why do you want to make more laws so those cops could pull you over and go, oh, by the way, you got this thing, you're going to jail because you're trying to defend yourself. We need less laws.
Yeah, and I actually read an article, I can't remember where it was, I shared it on my Parler account, but it was basically saying that in New York, it's basically easier to get an illegal gun than it is to get a legal one. So it effectively makes it to where the only people that are going to be armed are the people that you don't want to have guns.
Yeah, the criminals and the cops, and sometimes those are the same thing.
Yeah.
So let not get it twisted here. I mean, my thing, I'm not anti-cop or anything like that, but I think that we need better training, better vetting, better pay for the true professionals out there. We need to get rid of the bad cops that are out there, all that kind of stuff, right? But just think, this is really, really counterintuitive. They're getting these people who are already criminals. We're living in a society where they released all these criminals and then threatened to lock people up for not wearing masks and doing things like that, right? Or for running their business. Okay, right. Now these guys want to pay off for these criminals to be able to vote so that they can use them to put more laws in effect so they can criminalize them and other people. It's like, you got to stop supporting this, man. You've got to realize that, especially for the Democrat Party here in America, they're not really helping anyone. They're just using you. You're just getting used by these guys. I'm not, if you listen to this entire conversation that we're having here, I'm not a super fan of Republicans either, but at least they don't do this. At least they don't get you to hang your own self. This is the situation, I think, that's been happening in America for a long time, and people don't even see it. So,
well, the problem, what they always say about the Democrats is, the Democrats don't need to work to get the black vote because 90% of the blacks vote Democrat. Mm-hmm. So the Democrats have to make no effort to get the black vote. Likewise, the Republicans have to make no effort to get a constitutionalist or a 2A guy's vote, because the alternative is just completely unpalatable. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem that we're having. It's like Brian Mast doesn't care because I'm not going to vote Democrat. I'm going to vote Republican, because having a turncoat, partial gun guy as my congressman is better than having a gun-grabbing Democrat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I actually, I was going to say, I actually kind of addressed a little bit of that in the article. The 1/3 of counties are American counties are sanctuary counties. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I mentioned is the fact that your ability to affect change, your sphere of influence, is a lot more effective at the local level And so that's why another one of the reasons that I'm promoting people acting at the local level, because I can't go and basically convince the president to support the Second Amendment, which he does a little bit. But and I can't go sway Congress or the Supreme Court. I don't have that kind of power or those connections. But what I can do is get together a bunch of people and head on down to the Board of Supervisors. Or what I can do is get on the phone with my sheriff. And we all have a base level of influence that we can exert. And for most of us, at least for myself, at the local level, it's a lot more effective than if I was to try to affect change at a higher level, so state level or federal level. So that's why I encourage, hey, maybe you can't affect things nationally, but you can do something. You can do something in your county, maybe in your city, maybe even in your city, right there.
Yeah, your local things affect you the most, the fastest, right? So obviously there's national things that matter, but your local things, that's where you're gonna get locked up.
Yeah.
Where you're gonna, the rubber meets the road with your local stuff, and it's really important for you to get out and do that, even if you don't agree with what's going on. I think on a national level. At the same time, I think a lot of people are gonna be. This is my opinion, right? And we're 40 days out from this election. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised, and a lot of people are going to be surprised by the demographics, like the people who they thought, like as Rich is saying, typically a lot of black people will just go vote for Democrats or whatever. I think you may find that to be different. I think people are more complex, especially nowadays, and they're realizing these things. They can see this nonsense from a mile away, and they won't necessarily support it. You might not hear that. The media is not going to tell you there's all these people, but just like in 2016, you could tell what was going on with Trump in terms of how people were looking at Trump versus Hillary. I think I've seen that. I've seen that here. I've talked to people here that the news is never going to put in front of a camera that's like, I don't even want to hear anything from Biden. I mean, when you have Biden saying
Biden
that,
vote parades and the Biden truck parades and I'm so sick of them. I mean, blocking traffic, all of those Biden people.
That was Antifa.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if you think about it, like, look at the stuff that Biden has done, like saying, "Hey, if you don't vote for me, you're not black enough."
Yeah, they let that go.
And but I don't think everyone. But I don't think everyone's letting that go. I don't think everyone's letting that kind of stuff go.
Well, he also basically said that unlike Hispanic or unlike Latinos, blacks are basically, he said that
black people aren't complicated. Yeah, we're not.
The blacks don't have a mind of their own. They just do whatever.
How do y'all let this slide? Come on.
But he was saying the truth. That's what the Democrats believe.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, the Hodge twins would agree with you on that. I was listening to them, and they're like, he's got a point, He's like, when you got 90%, 92, 95% of a race of individuals who will just vote vote Democrat because of the color of their skin, effectively.
I think everyone's more complicated than that, and a lot of these politicians that aren't taking that into account are going to start seeing the results from that. I think everyone's complicated, and most people, like we saw this year what it comes down to, right? With people, when people get worried, they get out there, they get guns, they want to defend themselves. This is a constant thing. I think all of us saw that effect, and I agree with the numbers out there. I can tell you from my experience, yes, there's a lot of black people that are like, might want to get up on this. Might want to do some of this stuff, and for sure we can't count on all those people politically. I mean, there's a lot of people just don't vote. Let's be honest. Most people in America really aren't getting out there and voting anyway, right? But I think people are seeing what's happening, and these guys have gone so far to the left that a lot of people are starting to say this is insanity. Just to go a little bit off course here. I was talking today in the barbershop. I was talking to my barber.
I was going to ask you, Mo the barber, right?
Yeah.
He's a new gun.
Yeah, he's a new gun guy. But I was talking to him about what's going on with like Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade and their son that's like 12, 13 years old, that they're transitioning and they're giving drugs to and doing things to transition at that age. That's got to be child abuse. If we're living in a world where you could do that to your kid and that's not child abuse, I've got no problems with that kid being gay or not, not being clear what their identity is. But I've got a 20 and 21-year-old, and they're not even scratching the surface of knowing what they want to do with their life. So doing that to a kid at that age, it's such insanity. And if people really think that there aren't people in America, or there aren't black people looking at that and going, this is nuts, how do we get here? That at some point there's going to be a pushback to that. Even if it's not political, at some point in America, people are going to go, no, I don't want to live in this world that you guys are trying to create for me, and then just push everyone into this little narrow frame that we're all there.
Yeah, I got my sister actually lives in California, and she was livid when they were trying to pass. Well, they did pass it, I think, some kind of law about basically pedophilia. And
so
reducing...
they kind of decriminalized it. They increased the age range. So if it's 10 years or less difference, it's not pedophilia. You don't have to register it. So there was a meme going around, and it talked about that law and why God's lighting him on fire.
Yeah, and like, mind you, this is an individual, my sister, who I went to Thanksgiving dinner with my Veterans for Trump shirt on, and awesome. And we took a picture of her flipping me off, right? And and because she doesn't like Trump, but I'm like, but this is what you're voting for. Look at what you're voting for. Yeah. That's what they're doing, and you don't want to vote for Trump? Okay, you're going to get more of this pedophilia, crazy stuff.
Stuff's going to get really crazy here. If people really want it, hey, then you want it. We all have to live in this country, but how crazy do you really want to be? Pebbles is attacking your
the mic.
Pebbles not in a good mood today.
I like how Pebbles will perk up at just you'll make a statement or you'll say one word and Pebbles like yeah. Always at the right time. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he gets yeah. Do you guys want to talk about some gun stuff here?
Sure.
Well, I was hoping that we could get a T&E on that $12,000 50 cal bullpup.
Oh yeah. Okay. Did you try? Did you get in touch with those people?
I said, yeah, I'm Hank Strange's friend.
Oh yeah. All right. And that's how they never call you back. Good luck with that one.
So are you getting one? Are you going to do a review on it?
The $12,000 bullpup? No. Not gonna happen. If someone gets one and they're like, "Hey Hank, you want to try?" I'll be happy. We're gonna put that one in the category of I'm gonna borrow that from someone.
So one of the things I thought about is when 9mm ammo went from 18 cents to 60 cents. What's going on? I thought that 5.7 ammo was getting more reasonable at 50 cents a round. It's now $1.75 a round.
Wait, 5.7?
5.7 is $1.75 a round.
Oh, and that is the end of the 5.7 craze right there.
Well, thank you. Nice idea.
Yeah, huh? Say that again?
Yeah, so I said, thank you, Ruger. Nice idea.
Yeah.
But their gun is also going for 8 and change now, mid 800s.
Oh, really? I saw one. So I just put up last night I put up a video. I went to a local gun store here, and I put that up, and they had a, I'm pretty sure the price tag was on there, but it was less than $700.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
For
650 is a good point if you're picking it up.
Yeah. So, and then they also had a bunch of Glocks. They had a couple of Hellcats in there, some SIGs. They had a ton of BCM rifles. I think whatever BCM rifles are left in the country were basically there. And then we talked about that. And I noticed a lot of people were actually, and on the regular YouTube channel we're getting ghosted as well, but I noticed a lot of people appreciated that, to see what's actually going on inside a store and that they have stuff. I think ammo's the thing. They do have ammo there, but they're not selling that ammo online, and they're only giving a box per person, that kind of a thing. And if you buy a gun from them, they'll give you a box of range and a box of defensive. So
I was at we have a Gander Outdoors in our area, and they usually sell lots of ammo, but we went in there recently, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, man, I need to find myself a nice concealed carry shotgun, I guess, because there's nothing but a shotgun ammo to be had. And I'm like, man, there's nothing on these shelves, no 9mm, nothing.
So you didn't get? I would assume that before all of this, you got your defensive stuff, or no?
Oh yeah. Okay. So we well, partially. So we when like because the Democrats were actually threatening to put in place some crazy laws. And one of them, I believe, was a tax on ammunition. And we're like, I'm paying no Governor Northam some extra money just so I can have ammo. So we went out and we bought hundreds of dollars worth of ammo just to get ahead of those taxes, right? And then next thing you know, pandemic. And so we just happened, we had plenty of actual defensive rounds on hand. Now we haven't been using them, but even finding FMJ at this point is getting tough.
Yeah.
Texas is like dry of ammo. You can't get ammo in Texas. And so Labor Day weekend, my wife and I did some training with the Bearded Black Cowboy and Chris Ann Hall in Whitesboro, Texas. And they warned us, like, if you need ammo, make sure you bring it or have it shipped to us, because there is no ammo in Texas. Now, my plan, because I'm not Hank and I don't get free ammo from people, but my plan is dollar cost averaging. Every month, not this year, but in a normal year, every month buy 1,000 rounds of 9, 1,000 rounds and whatever else, and when you see a good price. And the dumb thing was, at the end of 2019, I'm like, the prices are decent, they're not crazy. I'm not going to buy a couple thousand rounds of 9mm. And I did, like November, December, last couple of months last year. Like, it's normal prices, no bargains. Okay. I'm not buying.
That's what you get.
Right?
By the way, right now I'm not getting any ammo coming in. So I mean, the ammo's going out there to the people. There's no, I have spoken to the guys at Fort Scott, by the way, and you guys can still use my code if you're buying Fort Scott ammo, which is Hank10, and get yourself 10% off. But
more ammo, please.
Huh? Yeah, but there's not stuff coming in, which is fine with me. Whatever they're making needs to go out there to the folks. At some point we'll catch back up to that. We're rationing out the ammo that we have out there. So, but over the years, I mean, I came into this like 7 years ago. When I came into this back in 2013, we went through these kinds of things. So I've been stocking up my ammo anyway. As you know, Rich. As you know.
Well,
Don't worry, I'll sell you some ammo. I'll just triple the prices. Don't worry about it.
Right.
I got you covered.
Right. I'm stocked up, but it's to the point where it's like, like typically when I go to the range, I'll shoot 500 rounds of 9mm. I'll shoot, or 500 rounds across a couple of different calibers. But you're kind of cautious about that now.
Well, and I think that there's still ammo flowing, and I don't know if we'll just come to a complete standstill at any point here, because I think maybe resources are getting really, really thin, and there's probably companies that are trying to catch back up. I don't know what we're gonna see. I think in the next couple of months, like next month and a half or so, until we actually have that election, I don't know what's going to happen. And when we have that election,
PSA buys Remington's ammo.
Huh?
Till PSA buys Remington's ammo.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I don't know. So first of all, I know there were people asking about that, but I think that maybe PSA had the highest bid, but that all that stuff has to get certified by the courts. So I don't think there's any certification in that. It'll be probably a good thing if PSA is able to kick that ammo out. Maybe there's a ton of ammo that's locked up in a warehouse somewhere. Who knows?
I was reading an article somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it was from, but it was said basically something along the lines of that these ammo manufacturers have been burned in the past. Especially going into an election year where everybody's freaking out and they're like, worry buying ammo just in case, and then the right person gets elected, like say in 2016 Donald Trump got elected, people were like freaking out, and then he got elected, and then it's like, oh, we're safe, we don't need all that ammo anymore. So they're kind of wary of like building out more capacity to produce, because they don't want to have sunk all that money into creating the capacity to produce ammo, and then have that demand for ammo drop as soon as Donald Trump gets elected again. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing you always have to look out for, right? If you get into debt, you hire people, you lease new equipment or buy new equipment, buy new facilities and all that, and then boom, the demand goes away. That's you going out of business and getting bought up on the, on the auction from other companies. So yeah, no one really wants to be in that scenario. It is like, if you ask me right now, I pretty much feel like Trump's going to get reelected. I don't know what's going to come out of that. I think either way, you're going to have some people who want to go get mad or whatever. I know for me, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just not going to live in America where they're trying to take my guns away and dissolve the Constitution. I'm not just going to live with that. I'm not running away from America or going anywhere. I'll be right here because this is the best shot that we have. If other people get mad at whatever comes out of the election, they want to leave, I think they're be happy to see them go.
By the way, I need to make an important ammo announcement. Florida Guns, if you need his address, I've got it. He said he has lots of ammo. I'm teasing.
Yeah.
He just said it's cheaper to shoot 50 AE or 50 Beowulf than 9mm right now.
Yeah. That was going to be another one of my plans, is to just buy oddball caliber guns and shoot them.
Just go to like your 22s and stuff like that. If you have 22 stuff and you really feel like you need to get out there and shoot, go to 22. Dry fire practice. There's lots of things you could do, man.
Oh, that Mantis.
I got the iTarget. Yeah.
What I've been doing is I've been combining the Mantis X with my iTarget Pro, so I can get like holster draw analysis and whatnot. But at the same time, it has an actual target that I can shoot at, and my phone is tracking that as well. And so it's kind of like, it's almost like being at the range, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, some fun alternatives.
So you're twofer.
Yeah.
You can double up.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we're hitting the 9 o'clock wall here, and what I want to do before these folks get out of here, one, I want to encourage everyone who's still out there with us, smash the thumbs ups, okay? We appreciate all of that. But let's get everyone here to tell you guys how you can get in touch with them, follow up with them. I'll start with Rich. Rich, what can the folks do to get in touch with you and Pep? Oh, is he asleep? Oh, I see. You're massaging him. That's why he's being.
Keeping him calm.
He's in he's in womb mode right now.
Yeah. This is how I put him to sleep at night.
Oh boy, this is a spoiled bird.
That's what my wife says. I don't understand.
Yeah.
FlyingRich.com, FlyingRich official on Instagram, Pebbles Bird on Instagram.
Yeah, should bid big baby Pebbles.
Yeah. And YouTube.com/FlyingRich, no space. That's pretty much it. And did I announce online what the new car is? The new used car?
Yeah, didn't you say what it was? I thought it was a Lexus.
A Lexus, yeah.
Lexus RX 450h. It is very nice.
Yes, very nice. And it drives itself, apparently.
Yeah.
Drives itself with the open pilot.
Yeah, awesome. Very cool. All right, let's go over to Noah. Noah, thanks so much. SanctuaryCounties.com. That's what you guys see behind Noah there. Definitely get over there and check out that website. Tell the folks what they can do to keep up with you, Noah, support you guys.
Sure. So the website, as you mentioned, SanctuaryCounties.com, and we have an email address, contact@SanctuaryCounties.com. If you would like to help out, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of it's like a two-man show. Both of us are military veterans, so if you want to help us out in any way, like if you know how to use WordPress, how to publish, I'll set you up with an author account, and you can publish stories. Also, if you know of any counties that have passed these resolutions, please feel free to send them my way. Again, contact@SanctuaryCounties.com. We're always looking for actual digital copies of these resolutions. So if you can get your hands on them, because otherwise I have to call up the county, and it could be difficult to get that done. If you want to help out, feel free to do so. If you want to follow us, like I mentioned earlier, we're Facebook.com/SanctuaryCounty. Not counties, but county. And then we also have a Facebook group, which I believe was mentioned earlier. It's facebook.com/groups/SanctuaryCounties. And our main social media channel right now is Parler. I post a lot of stuff there, even more so than on Facebook or anything else. And that's just search for Sanctuary Counties on Parler, and you can find us there. And go ahead and follow us there as well.
Awesome. Right. I really want to thank Noah from Sanctuary Counties Thank you for you and your partner over there for your continued service, man. I think it's I think it's a good deal that you guys are doing. I hope we could find a way to continue to support you guys in that, help you grow, get this out to other places. I know it's going to take time, but you know, we got time. Go ahead.
One other thing. There is a Patreon out there. It's linked on our website. You can find it. So if you go there, if you want to contribute, feel free. Nobody's done so yet, so you could be the first one.
Is it working? I know. I think you said that CloverTac was questioning whether or not is it functioning.
Yeah.
And what is it? What's the Patreon? Just for people who want to.
It's patreon.com/SanctuaryCounties.
Okay. There you go.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Rich.
Oh, we got one.
You did. You got some. Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you to that person out there who did that, and for you folks who want to continue to do that, I'm sure it'll be much appreciated by these guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so everyone sit right there. I'm going to roll in the end. Big thanks to Franklin Armory. If you guys want to check out these, we're going to take Rich out of the picture here so that we could show these awesome. No, stay right there, Rich. If you want to get these awesome Lot Lao shirts like I'm wearing, Noah's wearing, go to Ballistic Ink. That's the place to do it. You know, if you want to get you, like, I know Rich has got the very cool SHF shirt, so you're going to have to go to Safety Harbor Firearms for that. Bird is not included. But you guys sit right there. Let me see. Let me run in the end right now. All right. Thanks so much for everyone for joining us. Make sure you smash those thumbs ups. Ring the bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. We are going to rip this audio out here and throw it up on iTunes and all the other places where you get your audio podcasts. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us there in the chat. Thanks so much to Noah from SanctuaryCounties.com, as well as my buddy FlyingRich from FlyingRich.com, and Pebbles from PebblesBird.com. Franklin Armory. Who wants the last word here? Who wants it? Rich? Pebbles? Let's see. Pebbles, what you got, Pebbles? Nothing?
He's too chill.
Look at that.
Let's see.
Pebbles, come on. Got something to say? No, nothing for Pebbles.
No, he's too relaxed now.
Yeah, Pebbles has got absolutely zero to say, but thanks so much to everyone out there. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. We're out. Peace. See ya.